storm. So as we take a look here, I want to give you a look at our the reflectivity as it shows very heavy rain. We'll see what kind of tracking we've got here as this is still moving north-northeast at about 20 miles per hour. The hail potential is down, but again, I don't want you to let your guard down on that as we survey hail potential. Here it is. Now, that was my concern, as that some of the core of hail might make it into Williston. Well, we've got a ball game here, so let me take you down to street level in the Williston area now. Showing around Northwest 7th Street. That goes all the way northeast 170th Ave and continues. The west or northwestern side of this core of hail looks to be around northeast 147th Court. So as we broaden the margin here, the outlook for you, want to give you a look at what we're seeing hail-wise in there. And again, still around the size of maybe a pea or a penny as we see it now, but this is a tremendous area of hail potential and, of course, the very heavy rain. So west side of Williston, northeast 2nd Street looks to be that eastern edge there. Those of you in Raleigh, heads up. This is drifting or moving your way. I shouldn't say drifting. It's actually moving along pretty good, northeasterly at about 20 miles per hour. So as we draw track on the western side of this thing and see where this is going now, we'll drop it there and show you that it'll be in that general area probably within about 10 to 15 minutes. Looks as though, again, this is moving along pretty quick now at roughly northeasterly, about 20 miles per hour. Cloud tops are down. I just showed you 3D exploded view of the storm, rising up in excess of about 35,000 feet. So potent, you bet, and a lightning producer and heavy rain producer. But you can see here as that moseys along here, we're starting to see the tops on this coming down. So could see a little bit of weakening within this potential storm here as it moves across with our tornado-warned area. So let me cleanse the palette. We've been doing all kinds of storm tracking for you. We got the tornado-warned area again for Alachua County. We'll see what's happening in northwestern Marion County at this time. I'm going to give you a bigger view here of our viewing area, and then we're going to clean things up and take you on down to the scene there. So forgive me for this. It's all about live storm tracking. Those of you to the west of this are in the clear now, and as we survey around the Williston area, you can clearly see that we have got a tremendous uptick in cloud-to-ground lightning. So that's just to the west of your fine community. One strike there on top of Williston, very heavy rain. Northwestern Marion County. We'll see if this shuffles over into this particular stretch of Marion. Those of you in Micanopy, south of Gainesville, southern Alachua County, and out toward Archer, you guys are just seeing the tip of the iceberg now. A lot of this heavy rain is going to be moving in your direction. We continue now with the tornado-warned area for northwestern Marion until 9 o'clock. This one shows us Alachua County until 9 o'clock this morning. So we've been tracking a few different elements within this, one of which has been the very heavy rainfall. I want to give you a look at our rainfall product here. I always tell you our radar is dual pole, POL. All that means to you is that we can literally x-ray the insides of these storms and tell you exactly what's going on. Some fabulous technology we offer here in the Storm Center. You can see around the Williston area, looking now at that rainfall rate. Let's see who's got it now. Always very effective to show it at a kind of a street level, right? You need to know if it's raining literally on your corner and how heavy that's coming on down. So as we give a look here, you can see we've got about 5, almost 6 inches per hour possibly within this. It's moving along. Thank goodness for that, right? If it was stalled out and stationary, we'd have a problem. We'd probably have an active flood warning right now, but it is moving. That's the good news in all this. As you can see, from Hodgson over to Williston. Williston has just cracked a little bit of a break there. Another little heavy band right back in through here for you. You can see it right there. And then as we go back up to the north and west there, that's where it really starts to pepper on and a little heavier. So the bookends on this, the mark here for you, with the northwestern side of this thing, northeast 155th Ave, that's where we've got that heavy rain that expands all the way out as you crank it steadily out to northeast 205th Ave. So if we were to measure this out now, we're talking about an area of super heavy rain at roughly about 6 miles, right? That's a huge core of very heavy rain blasting on through right now. Want to give another look here to see on the progress of the storm. Again, you can't forget, again, you get tied up sometimes on how heavy the rain's getting, where the storm is situated, but you have to look down the line, right? That's all about storm tracking. Who's got it now, who's going to see it, and who's in the clear is a critical element moments of live storm tracking. So those of you on the back side of this thing, want to give you another look here at the weather radar here coming out for you right now. So as we give you a look here at the reflectivity, this is just ordinary live weather radar for you. It does show the potential for some more rotation here as we show you a little bit of a notched look here. You can see a little, looks like someone took a slice of pie out of the southern flank of the storm. That leads me to believe that we've got some rotation. Sometimes those funnels don't come all the way down to ground surface, right? They remain elevated, and sometimes a couple, 2, 3, 4, 5,000 feet high in the atmosphere. They just don't make it down to the ground. As I give you a look now at some of the area cams, we've got a look here at Williston and I-75 in Alachua County. So as I take a look at these cams right now, you can see what we've got going here just on the side here of your television screen. It does look like that heavy rain is slowly starting to mosey on in into southern portions of Alachua County. So 441 here. Here's a tornado warned area for Alachua going until 9 o'clock. And as we look at now down to the south of that for Levy County, this tornado warned polygon area going to 8:45. So right now we're at 8:37 a.m. here with us live on Good Day Orlando. For a lot of you joining us now, you live in the Orlando metro. You're like, what in the world's going on here? Well, we've got counties we're responsible for in northern Florida. We've got some Fox 35 viewership in Marion County, but that eases up in Alachua and into Levy County. That's Fox 51, WOGX television. So we're responsible for tracking and watching their skies and keeping everyone safe in those counties. I want to cleanse the palette here and just kind of give you a broad overview as to what's happening. You can see around Orlando there is nothing going on. Everything has slid in off the Gulf of Mexico this morning. It's all tied to a huge increase in atmospheric moisture, and there has been some rotation. Thing is, by tomorrow, I'm thinking now we may have to go with the Fox 35 weather impact day to account for heavy rain, and there's even the risk of some severe weather tomorrow over northern Florida, likely in the same areas with some rotation, possibly a weak brief tornado. We're seeing it now. It's possible tomorrow too, as well as the very heavy rain. So let's go ahead and continue our storm tracking efforts here. If you are in Orlando metro, I'll tell you right now, a hot steamy day ahead, friends. Your rain chances around the metro and surrounding counties out to the coast, good solid 70-80%. That's what everyone is literally going to see today as we start to see the heavy tropical moisture, low pressure in the Gulf really juiced up and sending all that energy on in. And this is what happens when that happens, right? We see some rotation in the clouds. The tornado warned areas, they've been issued, ongoing now. So we'll see what happens again for portions of Levy County. This should fall off in about 6 minutes, if not sooner, as it traverses out of Levy and moves into northwestern Marion County and right along US 27 into portions of Alachua County. So that's what we got on our plates right now. Guys in the control room, if you can hear me, I know you can, want you to check our weather stem cameras for any of our locations in Archer. If we've got anything along 27, I think that would be very helpful in depicting what's happening. We only can show so much on radar, but I think a camera is very helpful in showing where the heavy rain's at and the actual impacts as these heavy rainers continue across these associated counties. So again, just to recap, if you're just joining us, Fox 51, Alachua County, we continue here in rural areas here. You see 27 in Archer, so this particular area now still tracking into more rural areas approaching the I-75 corridor. Population increasing, though, near Gainesville out to beautiful Micanopy. Archer, it looks as though you're on the very far west side of this. The actual rotation looks to be down this way as you get down closer to the Williston area. I want to outline that again. You can see a little bit of a notching right now within that particular storm. It's this guy here that continues moving north and east right now. I'll get you a forward speed on that, north-northeast at about 20. So those of you down the line from this, I want you to stay with me. Have your Fox 35 Storm Team weather app. Should you lose power, I'm not saying you will, but should you lose power, make sure that mobile device is well charged and you can actually stream my live weather coverage right now as you see me and hear me right there in the palm of your mobile device, the iPad, the iPhone, whatever you got. Make sure it's ready at the go here because you might need it. Just saying, if the power were to fall on out, you need that critical weather information. So that's another great thing our weather app does. And if you don't have that app, I highly recommend you go to fox35orlando.com, download it now, and that way you're safe and secure. You can live track these storms. You get all kinds of push alerts, lightning detection. There's been a lot of that. That would be helpful with it now. And of course, our tropical tracker, we got a tropical layer on there to track all the action in the Atlantic. But these are localized thunderstorms right now, and this is what we care about. We've got our eyes on it for you now. For Alachua County, this goes strong until 9 a.m. and then another one here for you at Levy County. So we'll see. We got about another 4.5 minutes right now for Levy County. If this falls off, and then we'll see if this advances more to the north and east, because as you leave these rural areas of Levy and northwestern Marion, I know there's folks out there. That's why I'm dedicated and staying on top of this. I know you're there. But as you leave these areas and you get up into Gainesville, closer to Micanopy, 441, there's a lot of business, a lot of commerce there. So we got to stay on top of this, friends, right? As we see the forward momentum of this now. And this is moving off to the north-northeast. And 20 miles per hour. Cloud tops now are shrinking on down, which is good news, right? I want to give you another look here as we give you a look at our 3D radar. A great tool we have here for you. I want to just give you a look at what's happening now as we kind of slice this storm and give you a look. I'll drop it there, and you can see going up to about 30,000 feet, things start to kind of ease on up in terms of the height. Sometimes the height of these storms indicative of what's happening way up in the atmosphere, the hail production, the lightning production. We know we've got the tornado warned area now, and now we're getting in the scope around Williston. Want to give you a look at some street level tracking now around the Raleigh and Hodgson area. Take you a little bit closer to some heavy rain just west of Raleigh now. You can see right around northeast 56 Court over to Raleigh. It begins to ease closer to 27, and then we pick up the pace a little bit more to the east of Raleigh now. Measure that out, show you that heavy rain